Hello, I'm Casey Lothman, Editor-in-Chief of Food Engineering Magazine. Joining me is PMMI's Jorge Izquierdo, and we're going to be talking about the challenges that processors face finding skilled labor. And Jorge, one thing we hear about constantly from processors right now is one of their biggest challenges is finding labor, both skilled and unskilled. And some processors are turning to automation to help fill those gaps. What are processors doing to use automation to help fill some of those staffing shortages?
Absolutely right. One of the things we're finding is the demand for automation these days. The main driver for demand for automation is lack of labor and skilled labor specifically. So one of the things we're finding is the demand for robots is increasing significantly, for automation equipment, specifically for robots, increasing significantly. In different areas in general, but more and more on the food side, on the primary packaging, processing has increased significantly. Robotics had been a technology that in the past was pretty much devoted to the end of line, secondary packaging, but because of advances on sanitation in robotics and that kind of technology, now is available for more in-contact applications for food. That's on one hand. On the other hand, for areas where labor is in high demand, cobots have been entering the market significantly. Cobots being collaborative robots that they can interact, work closely with operators without the need to having them enclosed in a cage. That allows, for workers to do part of the functions where it's very complicated for a robot to do, and the robot to take over. Those functions that are relatively easy for a robot, that are repetitive, that do not require any type of decision, and it's easier for a robot to handle. That's number one. The other advantage that we're finding in cobots is they are very easily to deploy in different locations. So today they might be doing one function at the beginning of the line. Tomorrow maybe they're doing something different at the end of the line. So that flexibility is what's bringing robotics more into the plant floor these days.
Yeah. And I know that in a lot of cases, especially with the cobots, they're so much easier to program now. It's more push-button programming to learn what they need to do, as opposed to having someone to be able to write some actual code for it.
Absolutely. You were talking about workforce challenges earlier, not just labor, but at all levels. When you need an engineer to program a robot, that puts a limitation on the applications you can have for a robot. In general with robots, but also with cobots especially now, it's very easy. It's very interactive. They're making it much more intuitive to use, and also the interaction with vision and inspection robots and working, being able to recognize patterns. It's also making it very, very easy to develop and start applications.
Great. All right, Jorge, thank you for those insights. We really appreciate that.
Thank you.